Hi, my name is Victoria. I'm an artist, musician. I've been trying to create my album for quite some time. Since 2019, I wanted to create my album. I thought that I could include you in my journey, how I'm creating it now. Since I'm learning producing, I think you will be learning with me, having some challenges together to try out to create something. It's been really hard to start on your own, your music career, but I think it's worth it. I've had already really cool experiences. I realized that I maybe not be the only one struggling this way. Since I'm from Estonia, I thought that, oh, I'm so small city, like maybe there's no point of me to try anything at all. But you know what? I'm just gonna take a leap of faith and I'm just gonna try it out, and you can come along and try with me to create my first album. First, I want to share why I want to make my album. So pretty much in 2019, when like kind of Corona hit, I realized that I've already like written since I was like 16 years old. In 2016, I was pretty much always writing songs. I couldn't stop writing. So part of me was like missing that part that somebody sees me. I think at some point, as an artist, as a musician, as a creative, you want to be noticed. And it's not even a selfish way, it's just that it just makes sense that when you do something you don't want to be alone with it, because it feels like, oh, it's all in my head. So I've been writing songs since then. It's been like a really good reflection from me, and like looking back, I created some crazy songs. I started with my phone, guys. I started my first so as producing in my phone. I was like making these short little clips with my mini iPhone 6, I think. Yeah, and I was like recording with my headphones with these wires, what they have. And I was creating like in GarageBand like some music. It's so funny. You can listen. Maybe I will share it to you. You can have a little listen of a few of my projects. So that's how I started, and so on. I think like music took me into places I wouldn't go, but I think it's really interesting. Like at first when I graduated, I pretty much like felt like, oh, I have nowhere to be. I don't want to be here. I was like, man. So I want to experience something like different. I don't want to go to some high school. I don't know what I want. So pretty much I found like a project, an Erasmus Plus project, where I was for 11 months. So I was in kindergarten, helping kids, teaching English, and so on. And it was actually a really good experience. I really miss working with kids. I think it's so amazing. And then Corona hit, and then I was forced to be alone. And that was the moment like I cried a lot, and I realized like I have to like live for myself and find something that's been me always. So everything I've learned over those years, it's always been inside of me. So that's like the funny thing what I realized. It's like, oh, I always been that type of person. So that's where I did a lot of journaling, meditation, like stretching. I learned some cool recipes to be like independent and everything. And then at some point it just clicked to me. I was like, oh, I've been always like writing songs, like why wouldn't I try to share them? But this sharing has been so hard, like to even get my first song out, which was Come Here. You can hear it now. Why don't you come here and look in? Like, this was so hard for me because, like, to get there, it took me so many years, but the decision to make it, I think, was worth it. I think I'm so emotional person. I need to have a way to, like, express myself. And I also love telling stories. I think stories are really strong to connect with people, to relate with people. So pretty much, after I've done a lot of like soul searching work with myself, I realized, oh, let's go and do music, try that. And that's where I found a guy in Poland. He lived really close. Like my project was ending. I was like, I don't want to go away. I love Czech Republic. I don't want to go to Estonia. Like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm feeling like I cried a lot. I was like, I don't want to do that. So I found a dude like who helped me to. I was living with him. You know, we were dating and we made 2 songs. Like, I have them also on YouTube. You can check them out. I mean, they're just different. It's like synth pop. I actually do like synth pop, but that's what we were trying to go for. It was his favorite style, I guess. But I was like just open to try anything at this point. Like, this dude literally just took my song, mixed it, what I put to the SoundCloud. So pretty much in this time, like, I only posted to SoundCloud because I was like, I don't have a good like producing because I was producing my phone. Like, everything I did was with my phone. So because I didn't know how to do the things in the computer. I guess I didn't even have idea that I can do it, you know. That's what it is. I thought that I need to find someone to make it at first. And then we did 2 songs, so I found in Warsaw a job and I moved there. I lived in Warsaw like 4 years, I think, around 4 years and a half, something like that. And then first year in Warsaw, I needed to, you know, because a lot of moving, I needed to get along with the area. I was like, yeah, I need to take time, like get used to things, people. I was still writing songs, like me and my guitar, always been friends, always doing the thing we need to do. So I was still writing, I was still trying to learn. Now it was first time trying to learn like FL Studio. I had Ableton also because my sister bought Ableton, but I was like, I really like FL Studio more. I feel like it's easier for me. So I will be using like FL Studio a lot in this journey with you. And then I found the next year for myself a person I paid monthly, and he helped me to create my first songs. So these are pretty much these 3 songs we released. He helped me to create the instruments, he helped me to make it real that I'm creating my songs. But then I realized I'm lacking a lot of knowledge. Like I have so much missing because I don't know how to produce. Now if I'm looking back, I can tell what I was missing because now I learned myself how to do it. I really love doing a lot of things, but computers have been really hard for me to do. So there I started to learn a little bit producing there and doing in the studio. So but it took us too long. Like, it took us like, at least it felt too long. I was like, oh, I have so many songs, I already want to release them, and we have only released like 1 song, so it's to come here. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand. Like, where are my songs? Why I'm not finishing anything? So I just realized that we didn't like go along too well. Maybe it was really hard to communicate. Every time I would like finish my singing, I would just cry, and I realized that I haven't really focused on the environment around me. I was always on survival. It was really hard for me to be like, oh, let's be in the flow, you know. I couldn't be because I was always in survival through my traumas, through my crazy journey. I will share with you, like, all of my songs reflect my kind of like a pain, or also like I want to like share there's a hope in it, because I think like I have really come out of this like craziness I was in, which I'm so grateful, and I really hope that my journey can help others. So after like making music with this guy and realizing these things don't work, I paid so much and I've got only like 1-2 songs, I was like, this is not really a good deal for me, because imagining like doing like 5-7 years only 1 song, like, oh no, come on, like I have so many songs, I just want to share them and I want to like step up. So then was the year I broke up my long-term relationship, and this was really hard for me. I think I was emotionally really drowned. It was really hard hard relationship for me because I prolonged it, and I know I should have gone earlier away to like be my full self. Then I actually learned to put real boundaries to people, and from there I found the person who I clearly want to like learn producing. And then this year when I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna be single, I'm just gonna learn everything myself, I'm gonna be a strong woman, I don't want anyone by my side, and that's where I found my boyfriend. And then we just found that, oh, we like music, we're artistic, like we like get along, and like we really had this discover phase. And now we've been working on my music and my producing skills. It's like my short story. I want to invite you to my journey, that hopefully it can inspire you to do music, because I think I had a lot of blocks I put on myself to not do things. Like throughout this journey I met a lot of musicians, I actually performed once, I pushed my limits a lot. I am actually really, I don't want to put label on myself, but sometimes I'm just so inwards person. It's really hard for me to just go out and do everything. Although I'm really extroverted, like I always have energy and everything, but I think like my personality is kind of like, oh, let me craft my things, you know, let me just be here and chill, you know, and just be, and you know, that's what I always been, and it's just been me. And now it's like, you know what, let's step out of my comfort zone and share my journey, because maybe there's people like me. So pretty much music took me all over the world. And now I'm here and I can share it with you. I'm creating my first album. I do have a lot of songs created. The problem with my music now is just to create like the whole thing of it, that it sounds how I'm feeling it, how I'm visioning it. But you know what? We're not giving up. I haven't given up since 2016. I've been writing songs, and since 2019 when I decided to take seriously, I haven't still given up. It's 2024 and we are going to kill it, and hopefully I can inspire someone. My hopes is to inspire someone, and I can hopefully also help in the future people to create music, because I can clearly see it takes so much and everything is so expensive. Like musicians have to spend on the gear, you know, the interface, you know, a lot of instruments you need to know, like the other parts of music, and also there's this personality, you need to be so much different, and you know, there's so much that I think for one person to even do like social media alone, you know, like it's just crazy, like I think it's crazy, but I think it is exciting if you have people who support you. So that's like my aim, that hopefully my videos like inspire and my story can help someone. And guys, we're gonna get really deep, because I'm gonna share really deep stories, because I think if I think what I want my legacy to be, which is, I know it's a weird question, but if I am not in this world anymore, I like to think that I left something behind of me that can be useful for someone else. This is shortly my story. You will get to know more about my story, the struggles, because in reality that's something I want to talk about. Thank you for listening me and hearing some part of my story. You're gonna hear more about it, since I'm gonna take you to a journey to create my album, so you will know more about it, and maybe inspires you to tell your story, because you're unique, you're amazing. I really think so, that everyone has a story to tell. You know, you never know who is gonna listen, watch, and learn and grow from that.